I mean, I get yelled at home for it.
Luna left me in a Japanese whorehouse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know where any of them are at.
Well, we didn't either. We had no idea. We had no idea that's what it was. We had no idea, and it was after a show. We just decided, let's go get a beer-o.
Yeah.
It's time to go get a beer. And so we were in this small little village, the kind of
country towns.
The little fishing village, open sewage down the middle of the street and all. I mean, it's amazing what you saw. But so we kept hearing this music, and so we just kept following the music. It was completely black outside, and we just kept following the music. And then we saw up these stairs, and there was a door, big red door. And so we said, well, let's go in there and go get us, go have a beer. And we opened up the door. Now, meanwhile, there are posters, around town with our faces on the posters. So it's kind of like, when we walked in, they knew.
You're a celebrity.
Yeah, absolutely, come in. And so I sat at, it was a kind of a booth, and I sat on one side, she sat on the other. And so there were two, they were dressed in the geisha, the whole geisha thing. So one sat right next to Luna, another woman sat next to me, and they were just pouring the beer, then bringing the food and
hostess.
Yeah. So I started, I started looking around, and they were just smiling. We were all smiling. It was so,
You had no
it was
clue.
just not at all. Just smiling away. And anyway, it's like, they're so nice. I mean, my God, So I started looking around, and just something looked off, you couldn't tell. And then I thought, well, everybody in here that's a woman is wearing a tag, and then it's, nothing but men, I mean, there were a lot of women in there, but they were all wearing, some sort of tag.
They were all employed.
Yeah, and so, I looked around, I went, I said, Luna, I said, I think we're, we're in a, I hate to say it, but, Japanese whorehouse.
Yeah.
And
they like to call them hostess bars.
Okay, so I was
I
like,
don't know anything about
Luna, I said, mate, we're in a Japanese whorehouse, and she's like, no, what? And she starts looking around. Oh man. But we were both talking about, but they're so nice, they're great. And so Luna says, oh wow, she's they're cool. Listen, I'll be right back. Because I gotta go to the bathroom. She got up. I watched her walk right out the front door. So I was like, oh, what do I do? So I wound up paying like, I don't know, $100 and something to get out of there.
Like a taxi, or did you have to pay the girl?
The girl.
Oh yeah, because once they sit down, the clock starts.
And I kid you, this is not made up, and I had to leave my bra.
What?
What?
So you had to leave your bra.
Because they wanted a piece of clothing.
Right.
And dummy me, I didn't think about a sock or something like that. So, and for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but the Japanese women over there are really fascinated with.
Oh yeah, they are.
American women, the size and what have you. And so it was the first thing I thought of, and so I gave them that, and they were very thankful. So I've got. Somewhere in Japan, there's a little...
Some country bar, it's Rockin Robin.
Right.
When Howard had wrote the stuff about your situation with your father, then that became a, wow, what, and you had never really talked about it before. And now, for people that haven't gotten the book from Highspots, but we'll talk about it now. Now, always correct me if I'm wrong. Now, if I'm right, you were molested as a child,
right,
with your father, Grizzly Smith, and stuff like that. When did that start?
Oh, I mean, very early on. I think people that have that problem, is, the whole thing is, that it's about young children, young kids, and so what I remember was probably around 6, 7 years old, somewhere around there.
what's your mindset at that point? Like, you obviously don't know what's going on, but like you know something's not going right. Like,
Right. Yeah.
what is your mindset? Or you keep it, you know, locked up, or do you?
There, you know, there's you know, everybody, I'm sure you've heard. I mean, it's talked about nowadays, you know, so much more. We're talking 30 some odd years ago when it wasn't talked about.